Good morning. Good morning. I watched the almost 5.5 hours of the Marina Worre Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing yesterday. My brain was on overload after that much time. It was hour segments, 5 minutes in between, and then onward. So I just want to share two different people with you, and I chose these because they're both spoke on social media. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I need a lot of help sharing on social media and being authentic and sharing and caring that way. So I chose two people. One was Danelle Delgado, and she talked about how our assets make money online. Our assets can be counted on, and they can attract customers. So what do I want out of my business? What do you want out of your business? And name it. Name that thing and write it down. And then, why haven't I done it? Answer this question. Why haven't I done that? So for me, I put gold, platinum, so that we could purchase property from Mount Zion Baptist Camp to have its permanent home. Why haven't I done that? Answer this question for yourself. Write it down. You need to do this because it's very eye-opening to see it for yourself. So for me, it's comfort. I am in my comfort zone and I don't want to get out, and fear of being rejected and not being good enough keeps me in that comfort zone. And so I have to write that out where I can see it, and I'm going to start pasting it all over where I can see it so that I can remind myself that I am so much more than that, and so are you. You are so much more than that. So, and then knowing how many people we need to get to that goal is going to be huge for us. So how many people will I need to get to gold or platinum? I know that for gold, I'm going to need either 350 people at 100 PV a month, or I'm going to need 700 people at 50 PV a month. Just to kind of throw a little bit. I mean, I know that there's more to that, but we're not going to get into that. So, there's 6 steps to becoming an asset. Number 1, we need to build a strong foundation. That needs to be us. We need to build us as a strong foundation. So 10 things. So write down 10 things every single day that you're grateful for, because having a heart of gratitude is really going to help us build a strong foundation. We need to grow every single day, and focusing on ourself and personal growth is so huge because that's part of building our strong foundation. We need to have targets and goals written out. If we don't know what our targets and our goals are, we're just going to kind of meander, which is what I'm guilty of, and not writing those things out. Sorry. Number 2, to know my value. Let's see, is it meant to be me? Okay, so knowing our value, we have to know that we are worth more than what we think that we are. Knowing our value is huge. I know that a lot of times I question, is it meant to be me? Am I meant to do this? And that's not knowing my value. So we need to write down our gifts and talents, and we need growth every single day. Write down what your gifts and talents are. I know for me, I like to encourage others. I like to be positive, and I know that I can use that somehow, some way in my business. So write those down. And then write down, what was the other thing? Write down our company values and our product values. So what can those do for people? Number 3, we're going to market. To market. That means taking it to market, putting it on our social media, and blasting attention. So we want to be memorable. She says that it needs to be, our goal online needs to have all eyes on me. Not in a blingy, oh, look at me, here I am, I'm Denise, I'm awesome. Not that kind of a way, but to be memorable, to make a statement, to have eyes on me, share life, share education, share value, share information, give them something that is so valuable that they want to watch and know who you are. They want to follow you. Create chatter. That means drawing people in. So I want people to talk about me. And that for me is really scary because I don't always want people to talk about me. Like, I have always gotten negative talk about me, and I've always cared so much about what people say. And so I kind of shy away from wanting people to talk about me. But on social media, we really want people to talk about us because that's how we get word out. That's how people start sharing us. And so we want people to talk about, but in order to do that, we have to add value. We have to give them things that are, important to them. That is, adding education and life and sharing our story. Each of us have a unique story, and that's going to draw people in. So use your story to your benefit. Number 4 is to connect deeply. We have to connect with people very real and authentically and deeply on social media in order for them to want to follow us. And I've been so guilty of not doing that. And so I'll go like a comment or like a post or something or put a heart, but we need to genuinely, deeply connect. Write an authentic comment on something that they shared and tell them a Me Too moment and just share how much that comment or that post meant to you. We need to be giving. We need to be giving comments, shares, and likes, not just liking and sharing, but we need to be commenting on their stuff. And that is going to create that deep connection, not just that superficial, oh, I like your picture. No, we need to comment on their post, and that shows them that we genuinely care. And then that creates that deep connection. Once we have that deep connection, then it goes into number 5, which is sales. And sales become easy when we are constantly connecting deeply with people. And then with that, number 6, we attract loyal customers. And they will stay loyal because we've been connecting deeply with them and because we've been adding value and information and education and commenting with them. So think about the lives, think about the faces. She said to think about the faces of the lives that we can change with our business. So stop and think about, that person that I keep saying, oh, they don't have the money for this. No, think about how their face and how I can change their life with these products and not worry about the financial part of it. That's not up to us to decide anyways. Okay, so don't be sorry. Had to read my notes. Don't be flashy. Just be authentic. And that goes back not to that blingy, look at me, here I am, I'm Denise, I'm so awesome, I'm so rad, because I'm not. I'm just me. But just being authentic and sharing my story of recovery and sharing my story of weight loss and sharing my story of learning to love me and sharing my walk with the Lord and my gardening and all of those things that are who I am or who you are, share that authentically. And then the next gal was Jessie Lee Ward. And hers was on daily methods of operation on social media. And this one, because she's very strategic in how she shares on social media. And I'm not. A lot of times I just, I'm just going to share this. Or I'm just going to share that. So she said to pick your platform. And for her, that is every single platform. And for you, that can be every. But don't let it overwhelm you. So don't try to do Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. Don't try to do all of those. Pick a platform and just get that platform down before you move on to another one. So pick your platform. Know what your vision for it is. So what is your vision for your platform? Is it to draw in a specific market, a specific people? And then how will I do that? How often will I do that? So she said setting alarms on the phone creates habits. And so, setting an alarm at noon saying, oh, I'm going to post something, a tip or trick about using my vitality oils on eating, using it in your food. Or at 3 o'clock, I'm going to share an inspirational quote. Or, but setting those alarms in your phone, being specific about them is going to create those habits that you need. And then consistency is key. We keep hearing this over and over and over in the different groups in our business. We keep hearing that consistency is key, and it really is, you guys. It's super important. People are watching and waiting. So if we're not being consistent and posting once a day, if that's what we're going to do, or twice a day, or whatever it is, then people are going to say, oh, well, we're waiting to see Denise, or we're waiting to see Ann, or Alexa, or Tamara, and oh, they didn't show up today. And so that's going to cause them to not want to follow us or even believe what we have to say because we're not being consistent. So consistency is key on so many levels. Pick something that we will actually do. So for me, I've learned after years and years and years of hating to see myself on video, I push myself to do live videos, and I actually love it now. And so pick something that we will actually do. If it's a fun little video, like a fun little thing on TikTok, do that. If it's an educational video, whatever it is that you enjoy doing that sets your soul on fire, pick that thing and be consistent with it, and pick something that you'll actually do. Because if you don't like doing live videos, to push yourself to do them, I mean, try to push yourself to get comfortable with them. But if it's still something that you don't like to do, don't push yourself to do that. Pick something that you will actually do. She also said, where I am right now is enough. Where I am right now is enough. That one struck me because I shared with Anne that I've been just struggling with where I am right now and not growing fast enough. And where I am is enough. We can use this time right now where we are, if we're not growing fast enough, to focus on ourselves and to grow us as a leader and to grow us as a person. But where we are right now is absolutely enough. Where you are right now is absolutely enough. I want you to know that. Again, if you're going to post just once, if you're going to connect just once, whatever that is, commit to it. So if I'm going to post once a day on Facebook, do that every day. Be consistent with it. If I'm going to connect with just one person or 3 people a day, make sure that we're actually doing that. So we stay consistent, because that's creating new habits. Don't compare ourselves ever to anybody, ever. Because most of the time we're comparing our least to someone else's most. And that's not going to serve any of us. So just don't compare yourself. I try to remind myself only to compare myself to my yesterday self and to Jesus. And that's it. So send voicemails to new requests. So if you get a new follow on Instagram or Facebook or one of those, send a personalized voicemail. Pick up the phone and just send a voicemail to that person via DM on Instagram and just say, hey, I'm Denise. I noticed that you followed me. Thank you so much. How can I better assist you? Is there something that you would like to see on my social media that would serve you? And just thank them for following. It's super important to welcome them personally and to ask a question that is going to draw them in. We can speed up our business by simplifying. I know in the beginning I overcomplicated. I tried to reinvent the wheel. I tried to word vomit on everybody because I was so excited. Just keep it simple. People need to know how simple this is, because if we make it difficult, they're going to run. So like with, if you're talking to somebody about essential rewards and how awesome it is and that they should join, don't give them every single detail about essential rewards. Don't tell them, the percentage breakdowns and all of that unless they ask for it. Because when you start downloading, when you start dumping all of that information onto them, they're going to run. They're going to say, peace out. It's too hard. I don't want to do it. And it's really not that hard. So don't be like me and overcomplicate things. So a couple of more tips is, this world is not served by us playing small. It's not. The world needs what we have to offer. Each of us have something so specific and so unique to each of us, and there is nobody else that can offer that. And so the world doesn't play small by us. The world is not served by us playing small, and the world needs what we have uniquely for each of us to offer. So you may not be able to offer what I can, and I may not be able to offer what you can. And God made each of us so unique that we have something so special to offer. And so stop playing small and just get out there and share authentically. I just remember, we are helping people to live a better life, not just with the health and wellness, not just with the products, but with finances and freedom. We are helping people. And if we remember that, sharing isn't so hard. I know for me, every time I go to share with somebody, I would think, oh, I'm selling them something. Oh, I'm selling them something. Everybody's selling something. But if we just remember that we are offering and helping people to live a better life, sharing becomes so easy and authentic to us. And as we grow, reach down, hand that hand down to somebody and help others as they are trying to rise, because we rise by helping others up. And so those are just a few of the notes that I got. There was, I got, I think 12 pages of notes. If you want some other information, I'm happy to share, but I just thought that, with social media right now, I know that I'm not the only one that struggles with growing on social media. And so I thought that these two people, the notes that I took, were really informative and really helpful. And again, you can follow them on Instagram if you are on Instagram, and follow them to see how they are posting. I try to steer away from people that have lots of followers following on Instagram, because it's almost discouraging to me sometimes. But we can still learn from them. Hi, Christelle. So I hope that you guys found this information informative. I think, you know, the biggest thing is that personal growth is huge, and however we choose to grow ourselves personally is going to add value to our foundation. It's going to add value to our followers, and it's going to help us to be a better leader. And that will help us to share more authentically with others on social media, because it's not always easy sharing authentically on social media, because that fear of being judged, or that fear of what somebody's going to say. But guess what? It doesn't matter what they say. The only opinions that matter of you are yourself and what the Lord says. And he says, I gave my only son for you, and I died, and I sent him to die for you. And that right there should speak how much we are worth and what his opinion of us is. And so just go share authentically, and don't care what anybody says, because guess what? What others say about us is not really our business anyways. So just go share and be you. And I believe in each and every one of you. All right, guys, have a beautiful day.